Hello, and welcome to tonight's 6 Tips at 6, where we will be discussing Cypress Resume, a tool that lets you create simple resumes online. If you're joining us live, feel free to type questions into the comments section of Facebook or YouTube, and we will do our best to respond to your questions. Tip number 1 is that you can find Cypress Resume for free on our website. So if you go to laportelibrary.org, up at the top here in the black section, it will say Library Online. Then we're going to go down to Research and Online Learning. And we're going to scroll down a little bit, and where it says College and Employment in orange, under that it says Explore Tools. We're going to go ahead and click that. And then we're going to scroll down until we see Cypress Resume, and we're going to click Access. If you're at the library, you won't need to enter your library card in order to access this. But if you're at home, you will need to enter your library card in order to gain access. Tip number 2 is that you can create an account with Cypress Resume in order to save your documents that you create and access them at a later date. This is completely optional, but if you don't create an account with them, you will not be able to access your documents later. In order to create an account, you will go to the lower right-hand corner where it says Login, and you will click that. Then you will create an account using your email and a password that you create. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in on the right here. Once you log in, if you've created documents with Cypress before, it will bring you to those documents. If you haven't created any documents with them before, it will just bring you to the home page, which you can access through the home button here. Tip number 3 is that you can create your resume by clicking this button that says Go in the lower left-hand corner. It's going to ask you which kind of style you want for your resume, and if you hover over each option, it will give you a zoomed-in version that will show you the layout better. I like the Editor's Choice option, so I'm going to click Use Editor's Choice. In step 1, you're going to fill out all of your information, including your name, contact information, education, employment history, and any kind of relevant training you've had. Once you're done with that, you're going to click Next Section, and it will bring you to the next section and the next section. In the second step of creating your resume, it will ask you to choose your job title, whether this is an electrical engineer, a clerk, or a veterinarian. It wants you to choose your title so that it can give you some options of skills that are relevant to the field that you can add to your resume. So if you know what your job title is, you can go to Quick Search here in the middle, and in the bar you can type in the title of your job. So I want to apply to become a librarian, so I'm going to type in librarian. Give me several different options with different job descriptions of librarians because there are different kinds of librarians. And I'm going to read each job description, and I'm going to choose which one is the closest to the job I want to apply to. So in my case, that's going to be this first one here. So I'm going to click Select this job over here on the left. Now it's going to let me choose several different skills that I have that are relevant to this job to make my application stand out a little bit more. It says I can choose up to 10, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the ones that are relevant to me and this job. If I want to choose a skill, I am going to click over here where it says Use, and I'm going to click that white box and make sure it's checked. Now, if I want more specific skills, I can edit the skills that are here by clicking the Edit button. This will let me edit to whatever I want. And when I'm done, I'll click Save. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the ones that are relevant to me. You can access more skills to choose from by clicking the More or Previous buttons here at the bottom or top. Once you're all done choosing which skills and tools you're proficient with, You can scroll all the way to the bottom and click Next Section. This will prepare the document to be downloaded. If you don't fill out everything, that's okay. That part's optional. However, you may get a pop-up that asks if you're sure you want to leave your resume like this. You can add more things by clicking Cancel, or if you're okay with the way it is, you can click OK. Tip number 4 is that you can create a cover letter using Cypress Resume. You can do this by clicking this button that says Cover Letter in the middle of the screen on the home screen at Cypress Resume. It's going to ask you for the job title you are applying for. In this example, I am applying to be a librarian, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in the search bar in the middle of the screen. I'm going to hit Go, and it's going to give me a bunch of different options for librarian. I'm going to read the job descriptions and see which one is most relevant to the job I'm applying to. In my case, that would be the first one. So I'm going to click Select this job. It's going to ask you to enter your name and contact information. And in the next section, it's going to show you a generic cover letter for that job position. Now, since this is a generic cover letter, you can edit it to be more relevant to your experiences and the job you're applying to by clicking the Edit button on the right-hand side. This will allow you to add and delete things as you see fit. Once you're done editing, you can click Save, and it will save your edits. For some professions, it will give more than one cover letter. So you can see what cover letters they have as options by clicking the Previous or More buttons up top. I'm going to click the More to see what else they have. And it looks like their other cover letters are a little bit shorter than the other one. That's not what I really want. So I'm going to go to the first one. And in order to select it, I'm going to click this box by Use and make sure it has a blue check mark in it. Once I'm done, I will click Next Section, and it will prepare that document to be downloaded. Tip number 5 is that you can create reference sheets with Cypress Resume. You can do this by clicking the Reference Sheet button in the middle of the screen on the home screen. It will ask you to enter your name and contact information, and in the next section, it's going to ask you for the names and contact information of your references. Here it gives 3 spots for references, but if you have more than that, you can click the I have more references to enter button right here above the next section button, and that will give you a couple more spots. Once you're all done, you'll click Next Section, and it will prepare that document to be downloaded. Tip number 6 is that you can access your documents by clicking the My Documents button in the lower right-hand side. This page will also come up if you complete any of the forms that you fill out, like a resume, a cover letter, or a reference sheet. This is immediately what it goes to after you're done. On this page, I can view or edit all of my documents before I download them. So I'm going to go ahead and say I want to view my resume before I download it. It will pop up in a different tab on my browser and show me what I'm about to download. I think it looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and say I want to download it. If I wasn't okay with how it looked, I could click the Edit button to make any changes. In order to download my resume, I'm going to go up here to File Format, and I'm going to click the Down button. It's going to ask me what kind of file format I want my document to be, and in my case, I want it to be a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and click the PDF button, and it's going to automatically download it to my computer as a PDF. That's it for tonight, 6 Tips at 6. You can join us next week, August 18th, to discuss how you can get personalized reading recommendations from the library. Have a great night.